The marbles are here. The marbles are ready. Welcome everyone to the Individual Quadrilla Marble League Season 3 Qualifiers. The original 16 marbles in the Individual League here, ready to prove that they have what it takes to make the big show. But they will also be joined by Muddy of the Slime Balls and Venom of the Poison Ivy from the Team Quadrilla Marble League. Of course, 4 nominated marbles. These two will be joined by Gloom and Seabed, who are auto-qualified. Shamrock, Gloom, Seabed and Java, hosts Shamrock of this season, as well as the top 3 of last season, are auto-qualified and will not need to go through the qualifiers. Now, in the first of 4 qualifier events, the Sprint, we've seen this event in both seasons of the Individual League. Ecto, Sandstorm, Candycorn, and Blizzard to start us off in the first heat. Sandstorm gets the lead, then it's Candycorn, and those two will be advancing to the semifinals. So in the Sprint, there are no times, so we do need to have semifinals and a final. Sandstorm and Candycorn going to be moving on. Ecto, the Season 1 champion of the Individual League, going to a 9th to 12th race, and Blizzard going to a 13th to 16th race. Now in the second heat, Casper, Bluetail, Denim, and Venom, the aforementioned Venom from the Poison Ivy, nominated from the Team Quadrilla Marble League. The Poison Ivy got 3rd in that season. Bluetail gets the lead, and will be Denim that gets 2nd place. Venom started in the back, but then got by Casper for 3rd, but they will not be advancing in their first heat. Now, Mystic Orb, Neptune, Void, and Rainforest in the 3rd heat. This is interesting. 3 of these marbles didn't qualify for the last season. That's Mystic Orb, Neptune, and Rainforest. Void was the host of Season 2, only managed 14th overall. Who will it be? It will be Rainforest, but Mystic Orb will get the win. And Void also with them, expected for the one marble that was in Season 2 to be advancing. Rainforest can only settle for 3rd, and Neptune in 4th. Now for the final heat, Tarzan, Goop, Muddy, and Wave Runner. Muddy coming from the Slime Balls, the champions of the Team Quadrilla Marble League. That marble, best in the team league. Let's see how they fare against these unfamiliar marbles in the individual. Now, good start for Muddy, but here's Tarzan, and Goop makes a lunge. 3 marble race for the win here. Tarzan will get it, and Goop, at the final part of the course, stretched it in front of Muddy just barely, and they will be moving on. Muddy can only settle for 3rd. Wave Runner well off everyone else's pace. They will go straight back into the blocks for a 13th to 16th place race. This is just for points in the qualifiers. Blizzard, Casper, Neptune, and Wave Runner. Good start from Neptune. Here comes Wave Runner, but Neptune will hold on. Look at this, a bit of a bump from Neptune to try to make sure that they would be winning. Very close between Blizzard and Casper. That's for 15th. Blizzard will be getting the 1 championship point between them. Neptune 13th, Wave Runner 14th. Now, for the 9th to 12th race, for the rest of the bottom half, Ecto, Venom, Rainforest, and Muddy. We have the Season 1 champion in Ecto. We have the 2 nominated marbles in the qualifiers, Venom and Muddy. Good start for Muddy and Venom, but here comes Ecto in the top lane. Ecto will get the win, and then it will be Venom in 2nd, then Rainforest, and Muddy gets only 4 points out of this first event. A bit of a surprise for a marble of that caliber. But now, to the semifinals. Sandstorm, Denim, Mystic Orb, and Goop. Top 2 from here move on to the finals. Bottom 2 will go to a 5th to 8th race with the other non-advancers. Who will it be? Good start from Mystic Orb and Sandstorm, and those two well clear of Denim and Goop. Sandstorm just barely edges out Mystic Orb, but a huge gap back to Denim in 3rd, and it's Goop just a few lengths behind, but those two were no match for Sandstorm and Mystic Orb, despite Sandstorm and Mystic Orb not even qualifying for last season. Now, semifinal B, Candycorn, Bluetail, Void, and Tarzan. See who else advances on to the final. Good start from the top 3 lanes, but then it's Bluetail that will get the win. And Void holding station with Candycorn, but then once they hit the open section, Candycorn stretched it in front of Void, and Bluetail and Candycorn, the winners of the sprint in Season 1 and Season 2 respectively, are moving on to the final. Makes sense for those two marbles to be doing well in this event. But before the final, the 5th through 8th race with Venom, Tarzan, Goop, and Void. All of these marbles were in both seasons of the individual league. Venom slightly ahead, but they fall all the way back to last. And it will be Tarzan that will get the win here. That will translate to 11 championship points in the qualifiers. Then Void gets 10, Goop gets 9, and Venom gets 8. But now for the final. Sandstorm, Candycorn, Mystic Orb, and Bluetail. Sandstorm and Mystic Orb didn't qualify in the last season. Candycorn and Bluetail, the winners of the sprint across 2 seasons. We'll see. We have 2 underdogs here. 2 marbles that should be doing well, but it will be Sandstorm that stretches it in the open section, and they will get the win. Candycorn in second, the defending sprint winner, and it's Mystic Orb who just barely holds on in front of Bluetail. So Sandstorm, what a way to start the qualifiers. They are not playing around here, trying to ensure they will not qualify for the big show this time. But now we're going to head to the second event, the Quadrilla Duel. This event was featured in the off-season. 2 marbles go head-to-head in adjacent lanes on the same path to try to see who can edge each other. It will be Ecto that has the slight lead, but Blizzard catches up in the final section, and Blizzard will get the win over Ecto. But it doesn't matter how you do against your opponent, so much so, because it's in the qualifiers, it matters about your time across the whole board. Mystic Orb and Void now chasing that time slightly above 13 seconds set by Blizzard. Mystic Orb, of course, won this event when it was featured in the off-season between these individual marbles. Mystic Orb, though, slowing down a lot. Void, can they catch up? No, Void slows down even more, and Mystic Orb will be well clear of them. That is a very slow time from Void, almost 14.5 seconds. Mystic Orb slots into second place between Blizzard and Ecto. Now, third heat, Muddy and Tarzan. Muddy only got 12th in the first qualifier event. Can they do better here? Tarzan, though, that bit of experience. They were in the off-season event. Muddy was not. So Tarzan is stretching it on the far side. Can Muddy catch up? It's not going to happen. Tarzan beats Muddy. Tarzan slots into second place, still behind Blizzard. But Muddy is in the penultimate position, 5th, only ahead of Void. Struggling are the nominated marbles. At least Muddy is across 2 events. See how Venom does when it's their turn, but now it's Neptune and Sandstorm. Sandstorm, the winner of the sprint and the qualifiers, they are easily going to get the win here. Unless Neptune has the lap of their lifetime, it's not going to happen. Sandstorm goes P1, sub 13 seconds, and Sandstorm is here to qualify. Neptune goes down in 6th. That is just better than 2 marbles. Now in the 5th heat, as we're halfway through this event already, Bluetail and Rainforest, these 2 marbles, podiumed in the off-season Quadrilla Duel. But Bluetail, marble that got 3rd in it, is easily going to beat Rainforest here. Rainforest in the funnels was no match for Bluetail, and Bluetail beats Sandstorm 12 seconds flat, almost by 8/10 of a second. Over 8/10 of a second was better Bluetail than Sandstorm. Meanwhile, Rainforest all the way down in 9th. Now Venom and Goop. Venom got to the funnels first, but Goop stretching it now once they're in the funnel. Goop, though, slowing down immensely. Now they're neck and neck, but Goop will slightly hold the lead. 5th and 6th, adjacent, just 1/10 of a second separating them. They slot into the middle part of the standings. Goop was looking so good, but it all fell apart at the end there. Now Casper and Candycorn. Candycorn got 2nd in the sprint in the qualifiers, but Casper is slightly edging them. Casper got last in the sprint. Will Candycorn catch up? Candycorn does catch up. And that slowing down from Casper makes their time above 14 seconds. Not a great time for Candycorn either, though, in the higher part of 13 seconds. So they only get 9th. Now, in the last heat, Venom and Wave Runner. Chasing that 12-second time by Bluetail. Venom well out in front of Wave Runner. Wave Runner, though, catching up in the funnel. They've caught up by the time they're done with the funnel. Can Wave Runner get the lead? Yes, they will. Wave Runner beats Venom and is good enough to get 3rd place. 13.13 seconds. Venom in 5th. That means Bluetail will get the win in the Quadrilla Duel. Sandstorm in 2nd. Then it's Wave Runner. Now looking at the standings after 2 events, Sandstorm has gotten 1st and 2nd, Bluetail 4th and 1st. Those 2 marbles well ahead of everyone else. Muddy down in the order, struggling, as well as some of the other marbles there. Heat 1 of 4 now in the obstacle race, the 3rd event of the qualifiers. It's just based on time like the Quadrilla Duel. Venom, Wave Runner, Denim and Neptune. Denim out in front, Neptune in 2nd. Denim will easily get the win. Then it's Wave Runner and Neptune. And Venom is stuck on the course. Venom hits that hexagon and cannot get by. And that is not good for them. Wave Runner got by for 2nd place. Then it's Neptune. But Venom, this is going to be last place for them. Unless anyone else DNFs. Because they did not set a time, and that's your only chance. You only get 1 chance to set a time. Now, Heat 2 of 4. Bluetail, Mystic Orb, Muddy, and Ecto. Muddy has the record in the obstacle race. They set it in the Team Quadrilla Marble League in Season 2. They'll be able to translate that to a good finish here. They're already in the lead, getting past Ecto. Ecto trying to fight it back, but Mystic Orb gets by them. Muddy gets the win, quite unsurprisingly. And they kind of needed it down in the standings. Mystic Orb gets by for 2nd. And it's Ecto and Bluetail. Despite good finishes in their first 2 events, down in the penultimate position, 7th out of 8 marbles. Muddy slots into 2nd place. Denim still has the best time. Now, Sandstorm, Void, Tarzan, and Goop. Now I mentioned Muddy won the obstacle race in the Team Quadrilla Marble League. Goop won it in the Individual League in Season 2. So eyes on them to do well here. Void, though, out in front. Sandstorm also trying to make a comeback, and they do! Sandstorm going to get the win. Then it's Void, then it's Tarzan, and Goop, surprisingly, in last place. Muddy was able to translate their good performance in this event before to a good performance here, but Goop was not, in 9th place out of 12 runners thus far. Sandstorm goes to 2nd place again. Void also in 3rd, and Void needed that, being also fairly down in the order. Now in the final heat, in the obstacle race, Blizzard, Candycorn, Rainforest, and Casper. Chasing the time set by Denim in the first heat. It is Blizzard out in front, Rainforest in 2nd, now Candycorn makes the move for 2nd and 1st. Blizzard holds on just barely, despite a nudge by Rainforest. Great move here by Candycorn to get by Blizzard. Blizzard also fairly close, and Rainforest, but Casper down in 15th. Casper is struggling here. They got 16th overall in Season 2. They're only getting 1 point out of this event. They're going to be well down in the order. But Denim gets the win. Sandstorm, another 2nd place. They've gone 1st, 2nd, and 2nd, and they have qualified for the Individual Quadrilla Marble League already. Everyone else, though, they still have to qualify. They are not guaranteed yet. But now, in the final qualifying event, a new event, the Broken Beam. We have a different take on what we know as balancing. Sandstorm shows how it's done. They got 45 points out of their first run, their only run. Now Tarzan, they will not do as well. Now how this event works is that there'll be 10 rows in the first row of 10 blocks, which are worth 10 points each, which are worth 1 point each. Then the next row are worth 2 points each. The next row, once it gets even harder to progress in the final part, those are worth 5 points each. So Denim gets 35, Bluetail gets 55. That was a very good run for them, making it well part into the 5-point block range. Now Candycorn, that was not as good as Bluetail. That is only going to be good enough for 28. They did not make it to the point where you get 5 points per block. They only made it to the point where you get 2 points per block. Now Mystic Orb, that was a good run for them. 45. You can see some of these runs look very close, but have big differences in the points. That's because when you get down to the 5-point blocks, missing even 1 or 2 blocks is going to give you 5 or 10 points lower than some of your competitors. Void goes into P1 with a 55. Now Blizzard, that was not that great. That was only 24 for them, going to the far side. Now Goop, in the second part of this event, that was not good either. making it only to the middle part. That's only going to be 18. They got the full 10 from the first 10 blocks, then only 4 blocks, which were worth 2. And Wavern are also not good for them. 18 as we get further down in the championship standings. These are the marbles that need a good result more. Ecto, they're balancing very well. 1 balancing in Season 1, and they go into first place. Now the marbles that do get the same total, some marbles have gotten 55, but it's based on the steward's decision which run was better. Muddy goes into P1. We're not done yet. And now Muddy takes the lead in the broken beam. Venom, what can they do? Venom kind of needs a good result as well, but it's not going to be as good. 35 for them. Only good enough for middle of the pack. 7th. Rainforest. So we're down to run 14 of 16. 45. They needed that in 6th place. Now Neptune. Neptune practically needs to get like a 1st or 2nd place in this event if they want to qualify. Neptune, that was a good run, only 45 though, and only good enough for 8th place. I don't know if that'll be good enough for them to qualify. Now on the final run, Casper. What can Casper do? I don't think that's going to be enough. 35 puts them in 10th, and that means Casper will not be good enough to qualify. But Muddy gets the win in the broken beam in the first time this event has been held. Ecto in 2nd and Void in 3rd. And now for the final standing, Sandstorm, Bluetail, Mystic Orb, top 3 of the qualifiers, but the bottom 4, Goop, Wave Runner, Neptune and Casper, not going to be qualifying. Congratulations to our top 3 of the qualifiers, Sandstorm, Bluetail and Mystic Orb. 2 of those marbles didn't even qualify for the last season, but now here they are on the podium, showing that their training has paid off. Bluetail also, veteran in the individual league, happy to be on the podium, and here we have it, all the 16 marbles that have qualified for the Individual Quadrilla Marble League in Season 3. Goop, Waverner, Neptune, and Casper will not be joining us, but for the rest of us, stay tuned for the first event and the friendly round in the Individual Quadrilla Marble League.